Hi, it's Jared from Strong Roots Farm. Today we're going to show you some chicken harvesting. We're going to harvest our meat birds. This is the first time that we've done it this way, and I'm going to show you today how to do it in a minimalist manner. So very little equipment, no plucker, no scalder, no fancy stuff, just stuff that you should already have at your house, and one purchased item. All right, welcome back. Minimalist chicken butchering. We only have 8 birds to do today. I'm gonna take you through how we do this. It's gonna be super simple, super quick. And I'm also gonna have my kids doing it. So as I teach my kids and show my kids, just so that this is their 4-H project and they're finishing this up, you're gonna see how we teach a little kid to do it maybe, or you'll get the second rendition of it. So I'll take you through it once and then I'll show them how to do it, and hopefully that'll help. The only thing that I have today that is kind of a purchased item that I don't have laying around the farm or already have in our kitchen is a kill cone. And so I have purchased a kill cone. You can expect to spend $40 to $60 on one of these. You don't have to have this. You can use a piece of baling twine and hook their legs and hook it around a nail if you want to. You can take a milk jug and cut a hole in it and make that into a kill cone. So it could get even more minimalist than I have it today, but that's the only purchased item that you'll see us using that we have. So that's the only thing away from minimalist. The other thing, we're gonna build a kill cone board. I'll show you how I do that. You're gonna need a garden hose with a sprayer nozzle on it. Hopefully everybody has that. We'll be using that. We've got a folding table. So if you don't have one of those, you'll need some kind of workstation. I like the fiberglass or plastic folding tables because they can be very easily sanitized. You'll need that, and you'll need some good knives. We are culinary people. We like to cook a lot, so that's just coming straight from our kitchen, and I sharpen all these knives. I have my own knife sharpener and my own hewing stick, and so you're gonna need a decent knife. It doesn't have to be what we use today. We will use a boning knife or a fish scaling knife. Those are pretty cheap on Amazon. And then we have some chef's knives. If you don't know where to pick them up, we have GFS in our area, which is like a restaurant supply store. We buy most of our knives there, actually, but you're gonna need a good knife. And so other than that, should get you all the way through. Some ice, some water, Ziploc baggies is a good way, or if you have a vacuum sealer, you can do that. All those things can be added in. But for the minimalist view, it's stuff you can pick up at your local grocery store, some good knives, and a place to have a workstation. That's all you're gonna need in this video. So let's get started. We're in our shop, roughneck area, nothing fancy here. We're building a kill board. And so basically, this board, this harvest board, whatever you wanna call it, it's just a place that we're gonna put together our kill cone and our bucket. And I didn't like the angle, so this is something new I'm doing. I'm putting a 2x4 under it. Basically, the kill cone will be attached to our harvest board here in this manner. And then the 2x4 underneath of it just gives me a better angle. So lets the chicken's neck come out a little better. And then I've got a screw put in here to hang. I think this is an old drywall mud bucket. And so basically this bucket will hang like this. Oh, that would probably have been bad. This bucket's gonna hang like this on that screw. So we're gonna take this board, we're just gonna screw this board up to our barn post there. And that way, the board, it can have the nails in it and the screws in it, and it can have everything stay on here. And then all I have to do is unscrew it from the barn post and put it back up in the loft, and we can use it again. And it also we're gonna try to keep blood and other things that happen during this process of harvesting off of our barn. We don't want that for people to walk past and see all the time. And so we're gonna use this in this method. What else do we need? So we are gonna get everything set up. Table, garden hose, all that stuff that we talked about. We're gonna get all the area set up, a cooler with ice and water in it. It doesn't have to be a lot of ice, just enough to keep your water cold, where we're gonna put the meat after we harvest it and we rinse it off. We're gonna put that in there, then we'll take it up to the house and bag it in our Ziploc baggie. So we'll have all that set up before we ever bring the first chicken up here. The other thing about this video is I cannot show you the actual cutting of the vein in the neck. So I'll demonstrate how we're gonna do it. I'll show you where the cut would be, but we don't wanna be censored, and so we can't show you that portion in the video. but you'll get the idea. I'll show you how we put the chicken in. I'll show you where we would cut, and then you'll cut that vein. Some people cut the head completely off. I just cut the vein in the neck, and then you'll hold that there for about a minute and let the bird, he's already sedated and passed out by holding him upside down, and you'll let the bird drain. Very, very painless. This is part of life, the circle of life, and this is how we harvest chicken. So if you're eating chicken, this is how it's done, and usually in a more gruesome way. The other prep thing that we've done is we've removed the feed about 12 hours before we decide to harvest. And so that just eliminates some of the stuff in their gut and helps us have less of a mess when we do this. Today, when you harvest, we are not getting skin. So you could boil some water to 148 to 150. You could dip these birds and you could hand pluck them. We won't be doing that in this video, so if that's what you're looking for, this isn't the video for you. We're looking to how do we skin these birds completely, and we break them down into boneless, skinless pieces. And so that's what the video is going to be today, and we're going to show you how to do that through each step. So let's get into our prep. All right, we've got our dispatching station set up. That's this kill board, kill cone, bucket for the waste products, and the blood will come out. Okay, so this is where we're going to kill the birds. It is a little low. So typically for me, I would like it higher, but like I say, this is my kids' project. This is all about them doing this. And so they're learning. It's part of their 4-H project. And with our 4-H projects, we take them completely through the process. They do the work. It's not something that dad does and then the kid goes in the show ring. We raise birds the way we want to raise them. If you haven't seen some of those videos, you can go back. But it's lower for them. So you could raise this higher. Advantage to building this board is it's all set up. You can detach it from the post. Yes, you are going to leave a couple screw holes in your fence post there, minor, right? But you can take this and put it back up somewhere in a barn or a loft, wash it off later, and then reuse this over and over. But if you didn't get the picture of what it would look like before, there you have it. Now we're going to get our tables and our water hose and that station set up. Still haven't touched the chickens. All right, we got our station set up here. So we've got a table, looks a little grungy, but it is sanitized, I promise. It's just an older table. Gloves, show you a couple of the chef's knives. I have a smaller and a larger chef's knife. I sharpened them today, then cleaned them again. Just make sure there's no metal particles on the knife. Got a little tub here with some ice and some water in it, just to throw our chicken breast and other things down in there, mainly just to pull the heat out initially. So once you get them down to 40 or so, the ice will start to melt, and then you can bag them up, set them in a refrigerator until you're ready to vacuum seal them or whatever you're going to do. You can even put them in the Ziploc freezer bags, push the air out, and put them straight in the freezer like that if you want to. Also got a trash can for the rest of our feathers and other things that we're going to cut off, put in there. And then we have our garden hose with a nozzle sprayer that we're going to set up. So that's pretty much it. Now, we're not in our typical setting, a little bit because we're going to video, but also because of the weather went from 50s to 75 in one day. And so it's a little bit warm for us just because we weren't used to it from yesterday. Our kill cone, dispatch station, whatever you want to call it, is about 70 feet away, 60 feet away. That is not normal. You would like it to be close, but because we want to film and we want to be in the shade, I brought us over to the shade of this barn. And so this is where we're going to be. It should not get dark on us. It should not take us this long to do 8. You should be able to do one every 10 to 15 minutes if you're slow. If you're fast, you can do them quicker. But kids are coming out. They went to get the first 2 birds. It would be nice if you could pull your chicken tractor right up to where you're going to be butchering if you're going to set up a tent, but we didn't do that. We've got them up in the grass and I don't want to pull them through the gravel and things. So we're going to put them in a cage and then bring them with the gator, and they'll be in the shade and in the cage, and we'll take them one at a time and do this very slowly. And so it's a learning process and for the kids and things. And so it's a good chance for us to video and show you this minimalist way to butcher. So you get your chicken out. Sometimes you'll have to hold down the chicken breast for a moment. Be gentle with them. Do not bruise them at this last point. What we're going to do is the chicken will pass out when it's upside down for about 30 seconds. So we're just going to calmly hold them here, and then we're going to put them in the cone with the belly facing us. So that's the first step. They don't like to have their feet and knuckles bang together. So if you're holding them and squeezing them, it hurts them sometimes. So I try to keep my fingers between the legs. I'm gonna hold down, and the goal is to get this head to go down through that hole. So sometimes you have to reach your hand up through the hole in the cone and pull the head down. Okay, come closer, Cole. This is not a knife, it's just a pointer. So you would find the jawbone right here in the, where you push on them, right behind the bottom of their chin here, and you're gonna slit just like this right there. It'll be very painless for the chicken, and he'll go quick, and then you'll hold the head and hold it there till it stops bleeding, and then let him sit for another minute after that. All right, so our bird has been dispatched. First thing we're gonna do is wash while I hold the bird. You can put it on the table and wash if you want. I just prefer to do it this way. The main reason for washing is so that all the feathers get wet. It makes it easier to not spread feathers into your meat. So it'll make the feathers stick to the skin as we cut open the bird. All right, bird's lands on its back. You want to find the joint, so I put my thumb in the joint, and I have found the best way to do this is as you bend forward, it'll push your thumb back a little bit, and then when you pull up, you slide your finger back about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and you're going to slice straight down, just a little teeny nick right against my thumb here. So I'm going to slice a little teeny slice like that, and then I'm going to break up, and then I'm going to cut in that joint. That way you're not cutting through the bone. Once again, cut up, little slit, break. You can cut through this way. Some people like to cut like this. That's just as fine. They say the feet are good for dogs and things like that. We just throw them away. Step 2, so we're gonna pinch the skin right at the back of the breast. We're gonna poke a hole in and then pull up on it, making sure we don't hit the breast with our knife. You're just getting a big enough hole to get your thumb in. Thumbs in, or holes open, thumbs are in. Simply rip it wide. Just grab and rip it. Rip it. Okay. You can bruise the meat, but it's very unlikely at this point to do it like that just by pulling the skin off. If you're hitting on the breast itself, it will. Now we got to move to the legs. So there's all this filmy connective tissue that holds the skin to the meat, and you just simply work your fingers along, pulling the skin away from the meat, and you break that film. Eventually, you're going to push, and I'll show you when I get a hole here, you're going to be able to push the skin maybe. You'll be able to get your finger through and make a hole right there. This boy had some good connective tissue on his legs. So now we got a hole here. We take and pull the skin. I have found this is the easiest way. Pull the skin up over the knuckle. There is a big connective piece on this one that I don't typically have. I can edit this part out. So it's up over like this. All I did was cut a little slit right there for the skin, and then I'm gonna pull off. And it's not easy. Just kind of keep working it off, and that skin will pop right off. The other side should work a little better, hopefully. That's been one of the worst ones we've had. Just following that meat, pulling that skin away from, kind of like this, and you're just breaking it and pulling that skin away from the meat. until you get all the way down to the end down here. And you get yourself a hole. Pull the skin up over. Pushing on that knuckle with your thumb. There you go, good rotate over. That skin comes right off there. Now we got to rinse. It's not 100% necessary to do that portion, but I find it helps to just keep feathers off and any kind of debris off, keep your work area clean, and then you get less in your meat. All right, we're gonna go to the breast. So you're gonna feel this breastbone right here in the center. I'm gonna take and slit right down the center to start one time, so I can feel the breast bone. And then I'm gonna come to one side or the other of it. Let's go to the right side, my right side. Cut straight down, but I'm gonna angle back, always angling into the breastbone and pulling along down through there. Little strokes. It does not matter if you get into the tenderloin. We'll get that in a minute, but what we're focusing on is a breast. You want to be able to get your hands up underneath of it like this and make this hole. Now, what our guide point is the tenderloin. So we're going to follow this tenderloin here, follow it around with our breast. Just keep pushing the breast away, taking little swipes. Cut down through the top here. And then up here, there's a piece of connective tissue. I tend to cut that off right there and then just slide down it using the weight of the chicken breast, the weight of the chicken to hold the chicken breast up. Get to the end, slice down and around. There's your chicken breast. That's a big one. All right, I'll go ahead and do the other side. Same thing, just the opposite process. Pushing against that breastbone, angling. Cut all the way back. Find that spot underneath, pull that away from that tenderloin. Tenderloin is my guide. So I'm always angling my knife towards the breastbone depending on what side I'm on. Find that bone and that connective tissue there. Next, we got a tenderloin. Push it away from the bone. Most of the time, you can just do this with your hand. If you find that it's sticking and you're ripping the tenderloin, you just kind of go along and slice. This connective tissue here is really tough. You don't want to get any of that in your tenderloin. So I'm just kind of following it along, pulling up on it, getting as much meat as I can get. There's your tenderloin. So we're just doing the opposite thing. There's that connective tissue I want to stay away from. Next, we got our thigh, leg, quarter, skinless. So we're just make sure my skin's off of it. You'll feel this bone right here. You're gonna slide your hand along it, put your thumb on top of that bone, hold on to the carcass here, and pry up, and that bone will pop through right there. Now that bone is your target point, and I found the best way to do this is just hold up and hold the knife against the bird. You'll feel a bone hit right there. Go around that knuckle. Thigh, leg, quarter. Go to the other side, find that bone, put your thumb against it, hold the carcass, pop up. Slice on this side this time if you want, but I find that if you hold up on the bird, slicing right against there. Thigh leg quarter, rinse it off and put it in your cooler. Last thing is if you miss pieces, like this right here, you can take these pieces, cut them off, put them into a bowl, freeze them, and then grind them for your ground chicken. If you're good at this, you won't have very much of this. You could even use it for fajitas or something. This one I didn't do perfect on, so there's probably, a couple ounces here that I could get off if I really wanted to work and trim. If it's not worth anything to you, you can pitch. Organs and everything are still in there. If you want to cut the gizzards out, want to do that stuff, you can. But this is a minimalist way to do it. You are leaving the wings. You're losing the wings doing it this way. If you've stuck around this long, thanks so much, but please don't leave yet. So during editing, this is the next day today, during editing I found out how much this next section could be useful for people. So I've showed you how to butcher. Now I'm gonna teach my son how to do this. He's witnessed this multiple times. He's had pieces of this at times on an assembly line, but he's never done one completely by himself. So Colt's 13 years old, and I'm gonna take him through this same process that I just showed you. I didn't realize how useful this would be because if you are gonna butcher a chicken, you're gonna make mistakes. So you can watch the mistakes that Colt's gonna make and you're gonna be able to see my corrections. You're gonna see him do something and I'm gonna correct him on the spot. Since I won't be there with you, if you're using this on how to butcher a chicken, you can use Colt's mistakes to better teach you to watch for things as you're gonna do this and butcher chickens yourself. So I appreciate you sticking around this long. If you've liked it, please hit that like button. You don't know how much it really helps our channel. Hit that like button, like and subscribe if you can, and then finish this video out. Watch Colt do it, watch his mistakes, and make those corrections for yourself. Here we go with Colt. All right, so Colt is gonna do this one. We've got our bird. It's been dispatched, and now he's gonna wash. Okay, so we're gonna do the leg. So you found your joint. I already did the other one to show you. You're gonna pull back an inch. Okay, now straight down and straight across this way. Okay, now bend up. Good. There you go, you got it now. Now slowly slice through there, straight, don't saw, slice. Continue to pull up on the leg so that the gravity helps you. There you go, now, whoop, there, good. Next, you're gonna make your hole. Pinch your skin. You can get in close if you need to, Jen. So pinch your skin, knife up. Now look, when it slices up, make sure it doesn't hit your thumb, so you're just gonna poke in a hole. Now, get your fingers back. There you go, slice up. Another teeny, you got a teeny hole, let's get a bigger one. Good, now set your knife down. Now, take and open the hole up. Get your thumbs in there like this. Let's pry apart. Pry it apart. Go to it. Rip it. Rip it. You don't tear it. It's not a thing. Just take your whole hand and spread it wide.
I'm trying, dude.
Watch. Get your thumb in here. This skin, this like film stuff will hold you down. Just take and keep pushing wide, wide, wide. Same thing back here.
Got it. Okay.
Wide, wide, wide. Real easy. Now, this film you can take and make a little notch in that if you need to get that to start coming apart. Okay? Don't worry about hurting it. It's already done its job.
So like,
okay?
I can't bruise it. Well, I can. Like
You can bruise it by banging it, but we're now on our leg. You're gonna pinch this up and make a slit up through that way without hitting this breast or anything. Keeping the knife away from your hand. There you go. Now, same thing. Let go, put the knife down. Now pull it away, pull it apart. Pull, pull, pull. Good. Now, start working your way down so you can get that hole. Nope, not with a knife, with your hands. No, work your way down, pulling the skin away from this meat.
Oh, okay.
So you can get your finger or your thumb underneath and make that hole. You're working on the top, work at the bottom. Look right here, son. See this?
Right there. This
Work
side.
and make yourself a hole. Good. Keep working it. Make yourself a hole. Try to grab it all the way around it. Yeah. Are you through?
Yeah, I'm through.
So show mom the hole. So you got a hole right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now take that hole and put your fingers in it, your index fingers. Take your thumbs and put on the bone up here, like this. No. Use this portion to pull all that skin up over top of that chicken leg. You need to do some curls for the girls.
Dude.
Here, I'll show you this one. You can do the next one. So we're going to come up, and I like to hold one here and push with my other hand. Well, you can push with both. And I agree, it's not being easy. Okay, so we've got a chunk that we ripped off, and we didn't get this. So we're okay here. But we're going to take this knife, come in here because we didn't get it, make a slit along the foot, and get that skin off. Sometimes it's got to work it a little harder than others. So now we're completely off, right? Throw that away. Now you do the other side right here.
All right.
So make it, oh, there you go. Just get your knife away from your hands. You're making me nervous, Rambo. All right, pull that away.
Okay, so now down here, you said, like right
Yep.
there.
Make that hole with your thumbs. You're reaching around. You got a lot of film on here.
Yeah, I know. I can't
Pull back this way. Take this right here. Take your thumb in, your finger in there and pull this way. There you got it. See, you're making a hole there now. Now get that hole and go through.
So close. Got it.
All right, now you got it. Now gas pedal it off there. Push, push, push. Is this too hard for you?
No, it's not. Well, it is, but like it's not coming. None of it is coming off.
You're pulling feathers. That's not going to help. You have to push and pull it off of there. I guess it's good for people on video to see the struggle, but here, let me show you. So we got our hole. First off, you got this film. You got to rip this film, get this skin detached. And we're just going to slide it up over, just like that. Just like that. See me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next step is re-rinse. All right, so we got our rinse. Now you're going to start your first cut. So you're going to slit down the breastbone. Just lightly. All the way back. Go faster.
I don't want to cut the breast like I just did.
No, that's fine. That's where you want to cut it. So you're right on top. You want to come here. Look, take your finger, feel the bone, and then how it dips to the right and the left. You want to be just a hair, a couple millimeters this way, so that you don't slice right on top. Nope, wrong angle, straight down. Yep. And then just slice right down through it. Okay, now take your thumb and push in here and get this hole. Now look, this is still good meat right here. So if you're slicing down like this towards that breastbone.
Oh, towards it. Okay.
Yeah, so see how we got this hole now? Now you're gonna work your way down this side with that knife. Hold up. Nope, just like I did. First off, you're holding your knife wrong. Thumb all the way around and back away. You're way up here on the blade where you can cut yourself. Get back on the knife. Okay, and you're angled like towards the breastbone. And you're not sawing. It's light, easy pulls. You don't have to pull hard. The knife does the work. Don't pull on the meat hard. Okay? That knife is laser sharp. I don't understand what you're having problems with.
Yeah, I don't either.
You're trying to use just the tip of the knife. Get all the way back here and slowly, now.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, there you go. All right, now keep pulling. You got a lot of meat left here, so let me help you. We're gonna cut in here. Get this meat out of here. And then we're gonna take this knife around this chicken tender that way. Nope, this is the chicken tender. This is the breast. You wanna go around the chicken tender.
Around the chicken.
See these fibers that are stuck to this white filmy stuff?
Yeah.
You wanna stay close to the white filmy stuff and slowly pull back at it all the way back through until you keep cutting down. Okay, angle more in, angle more in. There you go. Okay, now you got it. Now you're hitting the hard stuff again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna pick up on this breast. And just let the weight of the breast pull it. You're just gonna slowly take slow bites. And that is a chicken breast.
All right. So just.
Start your other side. Now don't cut too deep. Get your thumb underneath there and lift this breast up. You're cutting into your tender. Stop. Come here and cut back here against this tender and work your way that way a little bit at the start so you can get your whole hand around the breast. Angle in, you're angling out. You're angling into the tender. Okay, stop. That's good. You got it down to that bone now. Now come up here and work your way down. Remember, angle in. Stop. You're angling into the meat. You want to angle into the bone, son.
Like that.
Yep, but now you're sawing again and you're hitting hard stuff, aren't you? If you're hitting hard stuff, it's bones. This should be super easy. So you're gonna pull up on it. And those fibers that are attached to the bone right there, those are the little things that you're cutting slowly. You're angled the wrong way. There you go. Getting it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's cut more down here. Well, look how much you left. You're angled the wrong way. Which way are you supposed to be angled?
Towards the breast. Chicken tender.
Yes. Okay, now let's stop. Now you got it all the way down around the chicken tender. Now we're going to come from the hip back to the neck. Here, and work your way back up. Pick up here. Pick up where my fingers are, pick up.
Pick up, and I cut towards this way.
Now you cut away, because you're just detaching it. But yes, you could cut that way too, it's fine. Keep coming closer, stay close to get as much of that meat as possible. Okay, now you've got two hinges here. See this bone here?
Mm-hmm.
So you got this side and this side. So we're gonna take from the center back, and then we'll come from this side in.
From the center back like this.
Yep, you got it. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep. You got it, show it off.
Chicken tender.
That's a chicken breast.
Breast, tender.
Okay, so we're gonna rinse it and then we'll come back for the tenders. All right, now we're going to the tenders. So remember, we're angling into the bone. You can feel the breastbone here now. You're angling into that and pulling this tender up. And I usually like to slice all the way along and then peel this tip up.
So you like to do it like this. Slice all the way along.
Yep, and then start working your way in. So now that's enough. Now get this tip and you start working to get, yep. You need to switch hands with your knives. There you go. Cut in, pull away. Constantly pull this away, let the gravity help you there, and you're just kind of, now look, you're angled out. You're supposed to be angled in. There you go. There you go. That was a good bite. Look, there you go. Let gravity help you. Stop. There you go. You got it. Get in that inseam there. There you go. You're cutting feathers.
Do I go towards you now? Cut this way.
Okay. Yeah. So there's your tender. You got a little bit of stuff here to peel off. But look, see all this stuff you left in here?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to try to get next time, but it's pretty clean. Okay, rinse. Okay, so now do the tender on the other side. Now you can use your good hand.
Quick.
Okay.
Just like that. Do another one just in case. To get a little more there.
Good, you're getting the hang of it. Now stay towards the back now. Now you just want to keep going all the way down. Look, yeah, don't leave anything attached there. You're taking too big of bites up in here, and you don't know what you're cutting because you can't see it.
Okay.
Just cut back here, right like this, and work your way up slowly, and keep pulled up on this tender, and it will come out of there. Let gravity do the work. Now angle the correct way. Angle the correct way.
You said angle the correct way.
What's the correct way?
That way, towards the bone.
Yes. Don't saw the bone. If it's hard, you're doing it wrong. Okay? Pull up. Good. Get that piece. Good. There. Yep. Now you missed this whole piece, didn't you?
Yeah.
This whole piece of meat could have been on that tender. All right,
It's not going
chef.
to be wasteful now.
Rinse it off. This is the leg and the thigh. I'm going to show you this again up close. So you feel this bone right here?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to grab a hold of that in there and take and push up until the bone pops through the skin, or bone pops through the meat to where you can see the bone right there.
So you feel the bone and then you just like...
You're pushing this long bone that goes this way. You're pushing it up.
Can I have a demonstration? This is not...
Okay, so you're going to take and hold down on the rear end here, and I've got my finger way up in here on this bone. And I'm going to take and just push up till that bone pops through. See it right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So the bone popped through. Now this all back up, way up into here is still that thigh meat. Okay, so you can take and push this skin down further and get to that thigh meat. But we don't want to waste any of that's the thigh is the best part. But now we know where we're going. That's our aim point, but we're going to start back here and then start here. So I'm going to do one. Now, long strokes. Okay, we got that side. Cut this side. Leg, thigh, quarter. Rinse it. All right. So
Feel the bone here.
feel the bone going down.
Okay. And then
Grab a hold here. And then pop that bone up through. There you go. You got it. So it popped through right there. Nope. Don't let go. Don't let go. Hold it where. Yep. Get as much of this meat as you can. You're angled the right way. You know your aim point. See that meat you're missing? Don't come back and cut it. You just need to know for next time.
got it.
Now cut through this side. Don't cut the skin. Cut underneath that bone head that you just pull. You're pulling out this way with your right. There you go. Good. You feel the difference now?
Yep.
Okay. Show it off. Rinse it off. Throw it in the bin. All right, well, there you have it. I got one more to do tonight, but I'll wrap this video up for you. I hope this video helps you understand you are losing wings. You do lose a little bit more meat. It's all skinless. The skin is kind of the best part when you're doing that, but you saved $500 to $2,000 on a plucker and a scalder and all the things. So if you don't have a lot of birds, this may be the way to do it. You can also dunk these birds, tie a baling twine around the leg, dunk the birds in hot water. It should be 148 to 150 degrees. Dunk them up and down 20 times, 30 seconds to a minute. Start pulling the feathers. If the feathers come off, you know you've got it enough. If they're really kind of sticking, dunk them a few more times and then you can hand pluck your birds if you want to do it. You can get a whole bird with skin on like everybody else, and then watch another video on how to get the guts out and clean it out and rinse it out that way and bag a whole bird. You can do it by hand. Should take you about 10-12 minutes with one person per bird. It's a lot of time, but this is a cheap, easy way to do it without equipment. Get some good meat in your freezer if you only have a few birds. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow along with our channel, and we'll continue to give you great videos like this. We hope this one helped you a lot and you enjoyed it all the way through. Thanks for sticking. I know this was a long video.